It's a bunch of aggrieved white men coming together to celebrate their big loser energy. Now, this is so fascinating to me as somebody who started engaging with politics during the time of a George W. Bush. There was a clip circulating on Twitter, I believe. You know, I don't be on there. But I did see the clip apparently that people were sharing about George Bush talking to the high schoolers.
What's interesting about our country, if you study history, is that there are some isms that occasionally pop up. One is isolationism, and its evil twin protectionism, and its evil triplet nativism. So if you study the 20s, for example, there was an American First policy that said, who cares what happens in Europe? Well, what happened in Europe mattered eventually because of World War II.
Decrying nativism, decrying protectionism, talking about how it is America's place in the world to be the great defenders of liberal democracy.
At this hour, American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to disarm Iraq, to free its people, and to defend the world from grave danger.
How did that work out? Not great. But the ideological underpinnings of compassionate conservatism was, we are winners. We have won in the game of democracy. We have won in the game of economics. And it is our responsibility as people who believe in these ideals enshrined in the Constitution, it's our responsibility to advocate for the get with the winning team, ho. And we're going to do that here, and we're going to do it all across the world. Didn't work out great, but that's the foundation of the idea. What's fascinating to me is that in the kind of ideology that J.D. Vance is an advocate of, they willingly take on the identity of being losers. This is so interesting to me. And in fact, I was already thinking about this, and then I read an essay by Tom Nichols in The Atlantic. And Tom Nichols, hardcore conservative, you're not going to agree with any of his political positions, but he did articulate something that I have been thinking about, how the MAGA movement Republican Party, the modern Republican Party, their idea of masculinity and manliness is about wallowing in how they are losers. And that is so different from what has, honestly, before 2016, been the ideal white male construction of masculinity. They used to say, we are the winners, we are the champions. And anybody who wasn't a winner, it was your fault that you're not a winner. Now, as Leah articulated, now that the MAGA movement Republican Party has gone so deep into the hole of white racial grievance politics, there is no space for them to say, we have won anything, or we are winners, or we are the champions. It's only a space for people who feel like they are downtrodden and beleaguered and besieged to commiserate together. Big loser energy. It's a bunch of aggrieved white men coming together to celebrate their big loser energy. That is truly an interesting divergence in the culture, an interesting turn.